Now recording. This light is way too bright. No, this way, this way. Whoa. Ah. Well, I am going back home from work. Yay. I'm practicing how to record videos. I need to practice my um, way I talk to in the camera. Because nowadays it is crazy, but everybody wants to do interviews via the web or whatever they call it. Like, oh, the only day, I mean, when you want to get an interview or when you want to get a job and then you sign up and then they're like, at least it happens for me. I wanted to get a job, so then I went online, and first it is really hard to get a job because you need to find the job that you're looking for, see if you qualify for the job. Once you find out if you qualify for the job, then you make an application, you send the application and everything, and then they call you and then they say, oh well, now we're gonna give you a phone interview. I do not like phone interviews. So I signed up for this company and then they gave me a phone interview. I was so nervous. I could not do that. I totally lost it. Like, I'm really good in interviews, but that phone interview was like impossible for me to do. Like, literally impossible. So then I decided, you know what? So I need to do something about this. I need to figure out how to not be nervous when people call me in the phone. And I can do any phone calls. I can work. I mean, I worked for 7 years front desk, picking up the phone. Good evening. Thank you for calling Marriott, this and that. Or thank you for, or how may I help you? Or I can go on and on in conversations on the phone with my family. At work, I can make phone calls to ask people to come for a welcome package now that I'm working as an OPC. So for me, talking to people on the phone is not a problem. Doing an interview in the phone is a problem. Why? I don't know. I'm used to do face-to-face interviews, and it's easy for me when I do an interview. I kind of like I see the body language. I understand by looking at people how I am doing in the interview. If the manager seems interesting and then she's like, oh, okay, then I'm like, okay, this is a good topic. This is something that I should keep talking about it. Oh, okay, she has enough information now. She's good now. Go on with the interview. And I usually get really good feedback and I usually get the job. Like, the only time I didn't get a job when I applied for a job was that one time that I did a phone interview. Then the lady called me and she says, I'm sorry, but we're not gonna move forward with you because there's other candidates that are more qualified for the job. I was like, I know I'm qualified for the job. The job requirements are, work in customer service, work in the hotel industry, and I did it for so long that I know that I was qualified for the job. It was working as a customer service, and that's what I did for like many years. So I was like, I know that I qualify for the job. So if they didn't give me that job, it's because that interview on the phone was really into. I couldn't see the person's face, so for me it was like, if I don't see you it's kind of hard for me to understand how you feeling about what I'm talking about and stuff like that. So it's not the same as, at least for an interview, for me wasn't a good idea. So then my friend is working, she was working as an opposite for this other company, and then she said, hey, there is some job um, relate, and there's, they're hiring for human resources. Your career is in human resources, maybe you can get the job. And then I check online and I saw that they have internships for human resources, and I said, oh, that's a really good idea. I'm gonna do an internship instead of trying to get a job, because getting an internship was gonna be easy. I mean, it would be better for me to get an internship, get some kind of like experience in human resources, and then go ahead and get a job after that. Well, that interview went really bad again, because the problem is that this interview was a recorded interview. So they asked me a question and I had to record the answer. And then I knew I was doing really bad, because first of all, I need to think about what are they saying, what are they talking about, and then second of all, I couldn't see like the person. It was like so plain, and to me it was like I got really nervous. Also, I know that when I talk, I use a lot of body language. So when people is looking at me, they understand like by my facial expression, and they kind of get me what I'm saying. I guess it's that I don't feel, it's part of not feeling like very confident about the language. Everybody say to me that, hey, your English is perfect, we understand you very well, you should not worry about that. But in the back of my head, sometimes I do think about like, did they understand what I say? Did they really get what I was trying to say? So when I did the video interview, I feel like I didn't have the feedback about the person understanding or not understanding what I was saying. So for me, doing that was like really hard, and it was a job that I really wanted to get, at least at that point, because that's what I'm going to school for. I already spent like 4 years going to school, and I almost got my bachelor's in human resources and business and management. So I'm like, I really want to get this internship, but I couldn't do it because of the phone interview. And it wasn't a phone interview, it was video recording interview, so it was bad. So so what I think and what I really want to do now is record myself, perhaps be able to teach people. Oh, I would love to teach people. My passion, not talking about something else, my passion is to help people. When I help people, I feel like I feel content, I feel happy, I feel like, God, I did something good, So for me, either if it's just like open somebody's door, getting somebody's giving people directions from point A to point B, or even or going all the way to like perhaps spend like 1,000, 2,000, even, yeah, this sounds crazy, but it's very true, even like thousands of dollars. I have done it with my husband. I probably should never done it, but I did it anyways, because I guess I care about him enough. But to be honest, I just care about anybody. I care about him more because I know him for so long. And anyways, I'm gonna leave that topic alone. But yeah, so helping people for me like is something that makes me happy, makes me feel content to be able to do something for other people. And I feel like if I do it for them, it's rewarded. One day perhaps I will need somebody help, and I feel like God watches us doing whatever we do to each other, either good or bad. He is there, He is watching us. That's how I feel. So now for me, it's like, well, if I do something good, I think something good is gonna happen. So my idea is that doing good brings you good things. Doing bad will bring you something bad. And trust me, I've been there too. I've been, I don't know, it was a time in my life that I didn't do as good as I wanted to do. And then really bad things happened to me after that. It's very true, but I mean, I'll talk about it someday, perhaps. But anyways, so moving forward, I would love to be able to help people, like I say, help more people to understand. Like my purpose for this is to help myself, actually. And then hopefully if I continue doing this, I can also figure it out. Wow, the blinking light looks really weird. I can also figure it out how I can help other people. But first of all, they say if you want to help other people, first you have to know how to help yourself, right? Well, I believe in almost in everything that's truth, because like right now, I cannot help people to let's say make a video, because I don't know how to make a video. I cannot help people how not to be nervous on the camera, because that's a problem that I'm having. So I haven't accomplished that. I haven't get to the point where I can talk to the camera and know that somebody else is watching me, and without thinking, oh my God, that I'm saying things right. And the thing is that I don't say things right, but me making me think about, do I say this right or do I didn't say this right, makes me immediately stumble on my talking. Because even if I have a great plan on my conversation, let's see, when I'm doing my pitch for my OPC, I know how to do it. I can go ahead and talk to the guests, and then I follow the conversation as it goes, though. Like, first of all, I will say, hey, good evening, how are you doing? Where are you visiting from? How are you? Do you got? I mean, actually, I don't really go that way. I usually go, good evening, how are you doing? Great, great, great. I have I have a welcome package here for you. That's my favorite one. I do a welcome package. The reason I think I like to do the welcome package is because, again, it comes to the way of like feeling like I'm giving the guest something. If I give them something first, then I feel like I have the rights to ask them for something. So I can't just start a conversation saying, and I do it too sometimes. I say, hi, how are you doing today? And then the person is like flying down the hallway, and then they're like, there's no way this person is gonna stop. So then I say, like, we have discounted tickets right here. If you guys need tickets, please let us know. But I know that these people is like, there's no way I'm gonna stop them. They're going so fast. They have their mind already made. They know already where they're going and what are they doing, and they don't want to be stopped. So when I see that, like, I try to say, hi, how are you guys? First thing I say. and then the person is hardly turning to you, right? And then sometimes they say hi, sometimes they don't even say hi. I still go ahead and say, hey, we have tickets here for the parks if you need help with the tickets. I mention that because mostly people are coming here to Orlando to go to visit the parks. So, and I'm selling the tickets. So I'm like, hey, dude, I'm selling the tickets. You're coming to the parks. You're going to the parks. So you're going to need tickets. If you don't have the tickets, I'm here. Buy the tickets. You know, that's like the main point. And I will tell them that because they are like living like they're, if I don't say at least that, then I won't be able to say anything at all. And sometimes I think at least 30% of the times the customer will stop and they're like, oh really, you have tickets for the parks? And I'm like, yeah, come and let me show you right here. And then I show them the maps. What parks are you thinking about going? What days are you going? How many days are you staying here with us? If that's the point, I don't go with like the welcome package or anything like that, because I already have them interested on the tickets. So I'm not gonna get them thinking about. I'm not gonna get them thinking about like uh, coupons and the premium outlets or going to eat or anything like that, because the customer is already like, I'm coming here, I'm doing this, and this is what I want to do. So then I go ahead and go straight to the point. We're selling the tickets are for this price, and then I do a little bit of discovering who is what are you guys visiting from. Oh great. How many of you are all together? And then they will say, no, it's 10 of us or whatever. And then I'm like, oh really, that's really good, you and your kids. And then the person will say my husband or my wife. Or when I say and, they finish my sentence saying who else is it, and who else is with them. So then I'm like, okay, that's great. So it's you, your spouse, and your 5 kids. That's perfect. So how many days are you guys staying with us? And then they are like, oh, we're gonna be here for 5 days. Oh, perfect. What parks are you visiting? And then they're like, okay, we're gonna do Universal 2 days and Disney 2 days. Okay, perfect. Then I know for sure that I can only give them discount on one of the tickets. So then I go ahead and say, you know what? Since it's 5 of you, I'm gonna give you the discounted price and the regular price. Or the regular price. I usually say first the regular price and then the discounted price. So when I say that, they already like, oh, you're giving us discounted price, and I already told them before, we had discounted price, so we're just gonna reinforce that. So yes, the discount, the regular price is gonna be as the park price at the gate price, which is, let's see, $2,000, right, for 5 people. I'm just making up numbers. But if I say that's gonna be like a $5,000 for 5 people for Disney, like $4,000 for Universal. Now you're gonna be saving $700, and that's the gate price. Now that's the gate price, right? Now the discounted price is gonna be, let's see, 2,500. So for Disney, now for Universal is 2,700. So you're saving 500 on Disney. So then I told them, I said, look, I would like to give you the best discount. So what I recommend for you, because I cannot give you discount for all of the tickets, what I recommend for you is to get the tickets for Disney, because you're saving $500. This is just how do you call that? I'm just saying, it's not like a true fact. So anyway, so I go on and on with the. I don't go on and on, but this is what I'm saying. So it's good for me to be practicing this, because now I know for sure that I need to practice my pitches too. True. Anyways, so they say practice make it perfect, right? Hey, dude, what are you going crazy, dude? Anyway, somebody's just like literally going on my side of the road. I don't know why, but they just kind of like decided to go that way. Oh yeah, this is this is what I wanted to practice: how to talk in the camera, how to. I want to see how I sound, so that way when I talk to somebody else, I know what words do I need to pronunciate better. So I probably need to talk a lot about this situation. I probably need to go on and on also, like for my son, my 9-year-old baby. He's not a baby, but I love him like he was a baby, you know. I still love him like a baby. He's a big boy. I love him to death. He is having problems with like a speech impairment or something like that they call it. So I think his issue is that I haven't teach him Spanish, so I always talk to him in English. No, my English is not perfect, so I think that's his biggest issue, that he's talking the way I talk. That's what I think it is. I don't think my baby really has an impairment. I think he's just, talking the way mommy talks. But a school does not understand that. A school is not going to. A school wants the best for him. A school will. No. A school world is trying to help him to speak better, to talk better. So I'm happy with them. I'm happy they're they're working on that, you know what I'm saying? My eyes looks very squinty because of this bright light. Looks like I'm sleeping. But it's just this light is so bright. It's crazy. But yeah, the whole point right here is to feel comfortable talking, either in the phone or even in front of my camera, in front of other people. Imagine if I could be one day like, if I could do, I talk to myself about this all the time. When I see people doing like public speaking, I love it. I'm like, I wish I could be such like a great public speaker like this lady, or this guy that is really good on public speaking. It makes me want to do it. When I took my public speaking class on college, I took one only on campus, and it helped me a lot. And I wish I have taken more, but like all my public speaking classes that I have taken throughout my career have been on online. What in the world is this other light? Oh my gosh. There's like a blinking light over there, and oh my gosh, I feel like so bad. There's a really bad blinking light on the other side of like, I don't know, like 20 minutes ago. Now there's another one right there. It looks so terrible. Anyways, so what am I saying? Yeah, I completely forgot. Anyways, what I was talking about, that light really distracted me. It was like too much. It was like blinking, 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 and then the fact that I just saw another blinking light before, it freaked me out, because I thought, is that police? Is that somebody like giving me a signal about something? But no, it wasn't. It was just a blinking light It's just strange things. Anyways, so I'm almost at home, and like I was saying about my boy, I want to. Oh no, the thing I was talking about was about being able to do public speaking, and then how most of the classes that I took for like public speaking were online. Not a good idea, I'm telling you right now. When doing public speaking, just like math, because I'm terrible at math, I should have done it on campus, not online. Online is good, it's easy and fast, and really good on like management. Like I can manage myself really well. I can do 5 classes at a time. It's really hard, but I can do it. I can go to work full time. I can take care of my son as much as I can. I mean, I always wish I had more time for my son too. Um, I can go home, clean, cook, do all the good stuff, that we have to do at home. Home is like it's like a part-time job. I know a lot of people says, "Oh, home is like a full-time job." No, well, it depends. If you have a really picky husband and you have a lot of kids, home can be more than a full-time job. But if you have 2 kids like I do, one is 24 and the other one is 9, and then you have a husband that doesn't bother you if you clean or don't clean. I clean my house all the time. I hate having my house dirty. But my husband does not make me mess. My kids do not make me mess. So the only mess in the house, the only dirty stuff in the house is like from me cooking, from me, or from like just not. It's just from cooking, to be honest. I mean, from walking in the house, in and out, in and out. You bring sand. Florida. Florida is sandy. So much sand everywhere. So just from walking in and out the house, the floor gets dirty, and I hate when there is sand on the floor. I don't like dirty floors. I don't like dirty dishes. That's why I don't really cook much. I cook some good food, but not a lot. Very few. And yeah, a lot of people think, "Oh, you're Mexican. Oh yeah, you probably know how to cook this and that." Oh no, dude. I only know how to cook like 5 different dishes. And the rest, I go to my brothers. I love my sister-in-law's food. My niece's food is delicious. Everybody cooks so great, but I do not like cooking, so I don't cook much. So I was saying that. So I went into all this cooking and cleaning in the house because I was saying that I usually do um, homework, 5 classes, and then that I usually take my class online because I don't have much time to do class on campus because I have to work. Anyways, so it's not that bad actually. I think it's simple, and it's a matter of like self-managing yourself. It could be hard, but it's not impossible. And we got to my house. Home, home, sweet home. Finally. Bye.